It's a silly time of night. I've got a beer, or what's left of one, again, and it's time for me to talk about games again. So first things first, X-Wing, the Assault on Imdar Alpha competition. I thought I'd enter this year. I did the Kessel Run event and came third and won an A-Wing. This time I came top of the tournament ladder in my local competition, and I had my pick of the ships, and I got myself an E-Wing. Kind of the most boring ship out there, to be honest. A bit of a funny one. I've written a little thing about it and spectacularly forgot to cover the the upgrade cards. Clever me. Maybe I should have gone for the TIE Phantom. Maybe I should have gone for the TIE Defender. Maybe I should have even gone for the Headhunter, but there's a reason I went for the A-Wing, the E-Wing rather. And that reason is, it's the one I was least interested in, so it's kind of the one I least want to pay for. So, thrifty reasons, I went for the E-Wing. As it turns out, it's a pretty solid, if quite expensive ship, so we'll see how we go with that one, but I was just happy to win. I won something. I was playing with Chewbacca in the Millennium Falcon, and a couple of B-Wings, one of which had a heavy laser cannon on it, which is, yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's the short term of a little bit of a victory for once. In the long term, towards the end of the year, Wave 5 of ships has been revealed. There's going to be 2 big ships. A huge, hefty, big ship for the Empire. All expanded universe stuff I have no idea about, but the first Empire ship with a full-on 360-degree arc of fire type turret. We're also getting, for the Rebels, another Corellian freighter build. Pretty cool looking. Don't know a lot about it. Looks nifty, again, expanded universe. And I do wonder how much they've got left to actually reveal. There can't be that much left, even in the expanded universe, for them to cover, because we're starting to get to the point where we've covered nearly everything that's been in the video games and comics and so on. I don't know how much longer they can keep going. Which is fair enough. You know, I kind of don't want them to expand it too much more. It's getting to the point where, you know, the Rebels are getting a cheap ship like the TIE Fighters, and the Empire are getting a heavy hitter like the Rebels have, and I don't want the factions to converge too much. I like them to be individual, to be unique. You don't want 2 factions that end up balancing so that they've both got one of everything. It just... I mean, that won't happen, but I just don't like the way they're starting to merge a bit. It doesn't work for me. I want them to be asymmetrical. So that is the X-Wing news for now. Haven't spoken about the Tantive 4. It's a nice big ship, isn't it? It's big and cool looking and really expensive, and I'm not going to buy one. I don't think that their kind of paint wash works on the big flat panels. It just makes it look grubby instead of like accentuating the detail, because the big flat areas, I'm just not convinced that their paint job scales. Plus, unlike the Rebel transport, you don't really get much that expands things outside of the big ship itself. So the transport's not out of the question. It's got some X-Wing stuff for it, but I think the Tantive 4 is... no, it's staying away. I did a bit of purchasing recently. Got Boss Monster, which is, after one play, it's a fun little filler game. It's a bit of a laugh. I do wonder if it's a little bit on rails in a way. It feels a bit like, how do you avoid a wound on your first turn and things like that. I like it, but it is very light. I wonder if an expansion would just add that little bit more flavour, and there are expansions for it, but I just don't own them. The Works have got a bunch of cheap games in again, like last time when I bought Giants. A big load of games this time, some really interesting stuff. For my money, I bought one of them, La Chita, for a tenner, because, I don't know, it caught my attention. It's got some nice ideas going on. It looks interesting. It might be too heavy for me, we'll see. So it could be 10 quid gone down La Chita. What's next? Well, my work on Dead Panic is going on. It's actually been quite hard getting it to the table. I've been sent the review copy, and it's been a struggle to actually get it played. After my first play, early thoughts would be that it's kinda not too impressive, honestly. There are things about it. I mean, the game's fine, but the experience is lacking. That's after one play, so may well change. I've been on holiday, and my brother found in a charity shop an old copy of the Ravensburger Labyrinth game, so I'll have to get that played and reviewed at some point. That game's still in print. It just won't die. It keeps going. Now, this week I should hopefully get War of the Ring played again for like the third time ever. It's such a lovely game. It's a big game, and as such, you need a dedicated opponent, and hopefully I have found that opponent. We will see. It could just be a big shambles. We celebrated the 2nd year anniversary of D6 Plus Beer, the event we run currently at the Furnace Inn, which is not only the Derby Camera Pub of the Year, but is also the Derbyshire Camera Pub of the Year. It's the whole area's main sort of award-winning pub. It's a lovely pub on Duke Street in Derby, so yeah, really pleased about that. The event carries on apace. We keep getting new faces. Oh man, it was really cool. We had people playing all sorts. There was a Blood Bowl League starting in the corner, and there were people playing card games and Euro games, and we played Rampage again, and King of Tokyo, because I've not played that in a while. Rampage, there's an interesting thing. Looks like copyright may have caught up with them. That one's going out of print and coming back as, I believe, Terror in Meeple City. So that's having a name change, possibly because of somebody still owning the intellectual property for the video game, I would expect. So that's something. Right, what else? Games that have caught my attention. Heroes of Normandy. Now, I've been banging on and on about Rivet Wars because I so desperately want to like it, but it's a 75 quid filler game. It's not going to happen. Heroes of Normandy looks like it's going to scratch that itch, and the reason why is A, I love the artwork. The artwork reminds me of old games like Cannon Fodder video games, and Soldiers Heroes of World War II, and also Men of War, recent favourites of mine. The Commandos series, it looks like all of that. It looks like, by the way, the weird shadows are cat related. It's Talbot just walking in front of my one lamp. Clever. But Heroes of Normandy, it looks like a good entry-level counters war game. So it's a miniatures game with no miniatures, which is great. That means no painting. It means no wasted time for me getting stuff going. It looks like a very clean system. I love the fact that you place your orders in secret, so your opponent doesn't know what order you're going to activate stuff, and one of them's a bluff as well. You can never activate all your units in a turn. I don't know, it looks like it's got enough strategic thought coupled with a sort of a very Hollywood approach to the sort of war. It's not a factual historical war games, it's a World War II kind of war movie hero based game, and it's just looking really entertaining. It's looking really cool. The style of it's great. The way the squad building works is really interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Heroes of Normandy. Seems to be getting good reviews as well, so that's one to watch, especially if you're into things like Memoir 44. It's kind of that level, although a completely different system. Other games that have been getting my attention, not for the right reasons. Alright, Steve Jackson Games, Munchkin, okay? I know the whole deal is to make lots of different versions, like Munchkin, and like Space Munchkin, and Munchkin Zombies, and Munchkin Apocalypse, and like the Western version, and the Cthulhu style version, and every version known to man. It's kind of getting silly now, to be honest, because we're starting to see crossovers, and it's, funnily enough, it's when Steve Jackson was on tabletop, there seems to be crossovers into other games that have also been on tabletop. Munchkin Smash Up has been announced, and Munchkin Love Letter has been announced, and Munchkin Castle Panic has been announced. And then you look at Love Letter and it's like, oh Christ, no, not again. Love Letter, right? There is the Legend of the Five Rings version, the classic version, there's the Can I Factory version, there is the wedding version, and now there's like 3 or 4 more versions been announced. It's getting like Monopoly, it's that bad. We're getting like Love Letter for everything. It's so frustrating when a game is just rebranded and rebranded and rebranded and recycled. It makes things boring, you know. It makes me less likely to want to play a game when it's just over and over and over and over. I mean, to give a bit of balance with Steve Jackson games, at least it's branching out a bit. I mean, yeah, it's basically Munchkin themed versions of other games, but he's like branched out into kind of Lego compatible building block stuff as well. I've got to at least give him his props for going broader with it, and then again, I am just pig sick of, you know, everything plus everything else. It's all like these really bog standard mashups. I mean, if you've ever seen Spaceballs, the bit in Spaceballs where Yogurt, the kind of Yoda character, is talking about merchandising, it just feels like that. It's painful. Like, how many more versions of X, Y, and Z game do we need? I'd much rather see some more unique and innovative games coming out, please. Because, yeah, more zombie games as well. Oh, God. It's just a good job that there are other games being released, you know. It's a good job that there are other interesting things happening. So in the world of gaming, you know, things are ticking over. I'm still working at the shop. Things are still cool. You know, I'm still doing events. We've got the Great Derby Board Games Bash coming up on the 12th of July. That's our all-dayer in Derby. If you don't live there and you live locally, come down. If you know people who live in the area, tell them about it. Please pass this on, it's important. 11 till 11 at the Spot in Derby on the 12th of July. We're having our games day. Outside of the spheres of gaming, today was Father's Day and my first as a dad, which is a bit of a milestone, you know. It's been really cool. I've really liked it. I had to be at work, but, you know, it's not ruined anything. Yeah, I've finally arrived, you know. So, pretty momentous, and I'm really, really happy with my family, you know. I'm really proud with where we are, and I'm proud of how my son's doing, and yeah, feels good, you know. So, I'm starting to get tired, and I need to finish this and finish this and go to bed. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything games-wise and life-wise for now. So what's more to say other than I'll see you all next time. Watch my review coming up soon. Keep checking on the website of Doom. That's something. UK Gaming Media Network. I've joined up with UK Gaming Media Network. So if you follow them on Twitter, or if you have a look at their website, you will see that I am now part of their deal. So hopefully this will get a bit more exposure, because the UK Gaming Media Network is about trying to bring together all the UK bloggers and vloggers and various media creators and bring them under one banner, so it's not all just disparate bits and pieces. So we'll see where that goes, because it's looking cool, to be honest. I'm happy to be to do with it. But for now, have a lovely rest of. This will probably go up tomorrow, so Father's Day will be yesterday when you're watching this, I expect. Ta-ta for now. Thanks for watching.